Hello everyone, this is Trafalgar Valentine. How's it going today, guys? Another day here in the north of the UK. Not too bad, nice and cloudy. Windows just in front of me, so I can enjoy a view while I'm doing these videos. Anyway, guys, today I wanted to talk about managing my art around a full-time job. So when I try to say that I'm an artist, I'm still an amateur artist. I'm still doing a lot of learning. I think my project Trafalgar Valentine did start last year, so I'm now 19 months into my art project. The first year was pretty pathetic, but the second year is doing a lot better. I've already got twice as many videos this year, so this year is pretty good. So how do I manage to progress with my art, even though I'm still working 45 to 55 hours a week, sometimes 6 days, as a landscaper? That's what I do. I've had about 30 different jobs, and this current one at the moment, which I recently started 4 months ago, is a landscaper. So I do a lot of turfing, sorting out trees, shrubs, mulch, and all sorts of various things to do with gardens. But there you go. So my usual work day is 7 till 5. I mean, sometimes 7 till 4, but yeah, 7 till 5. And I have a lot of responsibilities. I have my wife, I have my mortgage to pay for and things. So it's important as well that if you do want to do your art with a full-time job, that you can't let it affect anything around you as well. You've got to be very sensitive to what you do in your free time and how it actually reflects on other people around you. Like, even though I'm very pressured for time, my art journey that I'm on is very personal to me, and I want to keep it very personal to me. And although sometimes I do not share it as much as I probably need to, and I kind of keep it close to myself, I don't want it to really be in the way of any other life progression. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to manage my time so the artwork is progressing in my own free time, not with anyone else's. So in order to actually do that, I start work at 7, finish at 5. When I get home after work, I'm with my wife. I want to spend that time with my wife, relax, get the dinner sorted, maybe do some exercise as well. And so at night time, it's very little spent on actual doing any drawing or artwork. I might want to try and still be sociable, but so I might have the laptop and do video edits and stuff like that. Just minor computer work at night time, maybe an hour or two. Not too much, but the majority of the work is I usually get up at 3:15 in the morning. Between 3, 3:15. Depends what kind of day I had previously. If I've had a rough day, sometimes it'll be till 4 o'clock, so I have about 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. Get up at 3:15. Then I do about 2 hours of recording if I can. 2 to 3 hours. 3 hours if it's a really good day. 2 is about average. 1 if I'm having a bad time. I mean, I don't keep a strict time regimen just because the environment that I'm in, although that sounds like a scenery kind of word, but I mean in the sense of the environment, be it social, be it political, be it, I don't know, biological, depends on all the different factors around me, changing all the time, so you can't really have a time management, because although I try and plan out how much time I have a week of art, it still can vary here and there. Sometimes I might have a really late night because something might happen and I can't get up in the morning at 3. Or sometimes I've just collapsed because of exhaustion and stuff. I mean, sometimes I have weekends, but a lot of the time I don't. And if I have weekends by myself, then yeah, it's going to be a good day. I can record about 5 or 6 videos in a day. But yeah, the majority of the time I do my artwork about 2 or 3 hours before I start work. That's when I can record 2 to 3 hours. And I try and manage my time where if I'm uploading something, it takes about an hour, because it's an hour-long video that I do, that I'm doing something else in the process, and I can't just leave it running. So I do my 45 to 55 hours a week of work. I do my 25 hours a week of art, and that's still enough to do about. I do about five. I can do about 5-10 canvases and about 6 or 7 drawings in a week. Maybe sometimes I can make up to 10 videos in a week if I'm lucky. Depends on what kind of videos they are. So, and I'm still prepping for shows. Still working on some personal projects. Maybe some additional commission there. And you've got to remember, if you do want to do that, because some other people can play the artist card and just quit everything, quit the job and stuff like that, have the savings and work from that. But with me, I've got too many responsibilities and I can't really afford to do that with the mortgage and that. So I'm just trying to balance it out. And it's fortunate enough that I can actually work while not sleeping much. But the only reason that I can actually do that without sleeping that much is that the art that I'm doing, I'm so primarily motivated to actually do it, and I so badly want to do it. I get myself really, really riled up, and every day that I want to do this, I want to create this, I want to draw that, I want to draw this, I want to draw that. That gets me up in the morning straight away. The night before, I'll pre-plan the next morning what I want to draw, and I'll think about it and think about it and think about it until I'm dreaming about it. The next day I am prepped, I know what I'm doing, I can get up and I can get going. I mean, eventually when my art does become a bit more popular, I'll probably quit my hours a lot more and I can focus more on the artwork. But I can still prep for shows and stuff like that. It's very, very limited amount of time, so I've got to make the best use of it. And of course I have my bad days and my difficult days, but I don't time manage, I don't write anything down, I don't plan anything. The artwork that's progressing in a week is just done purely out of motivation. I don't really have all my hours of free time have basically just been filled up by artwork. So if I'm at home by myself, I'll be lucky to get maybe half an hour at the PlayStation, maybe watch a YouTube video or something. A lot of the times when I want to watch a YouTube video or watch a film or something like that, I'll be recording my art at the same time. And sometimes some of my artworks that don't have any audio and they just have music in it, it's because I want to watch a film. So I'm just trying to time manage everything towards my artwork with my very limited time. And I'm hoping with my gradual progression of my YouTube videos and everything else, in about 5-10 years I can maybe go to the artist card. I am going to go do the long way around it, but it's a safe way, it's a progressive way. I mean, my art isn't exactly the most popular kind of thing. I'm just doing my kind of thing, my kind of artwork. It does have its advantages of just doing art in your free time and not for any boss, not for any commissions, where you can start working on your own projects and not for a portfolio, building yourself up as a person, using the art as leverage for your social life and for your work life and stuff like that. But it does have its disadvantages where you have very limited amount of time and you've got to make the best of it. But you can counter that time management and stuff like that by being highly motivated. If you're highly motivated to do your artwork that you're doing, it's something that you are consistently building up, getting a better castle or foundation of experience, then you'll make time for it. You will, I mean, in the days where you say, I want to go and play the PlayStation or the Xbox, I want to go and do this, when we're going down the street and hanging out with this, you will want to do your art instead all the time. So if you want to do it for yourself, I recommend even just half an hour a day. Half an hour a day, maybe do a quick drawing, or even just record for half an hour, and then another half an hour, maybe do 2 or 3 sessions of half an hour. You can build yourself a good hour video, and then with that hour video you can do a tutorial for an hour, then a time-lapse video, and you maybe do 1 video a week. And you'll see if you do several videos in a month, then it'll build up. You can then maybe try and do 10 videos in a month, and it'll just build up, and eventually you'll get yourself a good momentum going. So if you've got a full-time job, just spend about half an hour a day trying to do your artwork and trying to build up in lots of ways. There is lots of ways to build up your artwork, and you've got to try and create a bit of a symmetry. Mine's a bit off at the moment with my symmetry, where you have to have your artwork and your paintings there, but you have also your business as well, where you're trying to balance it all out. Your websites, your social media, there's any events you're going to, the workshops, the classes, trying to share it with other people, your commissions, your sales, your meetings, blah 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 blah. So you've got to try and create a balance. So if you have lots of time to spare, do a bit of this and a bit of this, but you can't get to your artwork at the moment, so try and do some of this in your spare time. So you've just got to try and create a good balance of it. So I might do my 3 or 4, maybe 5 canvases in a week if I'm lucky, but in that time also I record 4 to 5 videos doing those canvases, and then maybe do an extra 2 hours of monetizing different websites and stuff like that. So just understand what you need to do to develop your art, and then just try and work with it half an hour a day here and there. And remember not to try and affect other people around you. I could probably spend another 5 hours at night time if I wanted to after work, but if I did that I'll have no social life and I'll really struggle. No social life, and I will never get out of the house. And yes, my art will progress, but you've got to try and balance it out. If it's my art, my project, it's my free time that I want to use up, then I'll do it at my own time. So yeah. So if you've got a full-time job, just do a little bit every day, a little bit every day. And the more you do, just think of it as bricks for a house. You manage to do one video in 1 week as a brick towards your house that you're trying to build. You do another video, another week, it's another brick. By the end of the month, you've got a doorway built. By the end of the year, you've got a wall built. Give it 5 years, you'll have the full house built. You've just got to remember the resolution that you're looking at. Although you've not got to narrow yourself to the resolution of being really small, you've just got to remember that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. And you've got to know, even in that time that it takes, you can't be dragging your feet. You have to want it, you have to enjoy it, you have to do it to improve yourself. So it takes that time. And that time that it takes for the popularity to increase, you would have developed yourself as a much better person, that the popularity isn't even a consideration anymore. So just a little bit every day, and the more and more you do, the better the momentum. Just try and, even like the start of the month, what can I do at the end of this month to make this month better, to make myself a better person, even if it includes cleaning up my art studio. And I'm working 200 hours this month. How much can I spend that week doing art? I can spend, let's give it take 10 hours. What can I do in those 10 hours of that week to make 10 hours a week, so it's 40 hours a month. You'll have 40 hours a month. What can I do in those 40 hours to make myself a better artist? If you do half an hour a day or 20 minutes a day, what can I do in that hour a week or my 4 hours a month to make myself a better artist? So just work around it. You've got no excuses. I've got a full-time job, I've got a mortgage, I've got a wife. I didn't go to art school, I just did practice. So I've just practiced. I use cheap little biros half the time. So it doesn't matter if you have any money, it doesn't matter if you have no time, it doesn't matter if you've got lots of responsibilities. You can still do your artwork if you concentrate enough, okay? So, if you have a full-time job, draw every day. Build up your artwork, even if it's just 10 minutes. Even if it's just half an hour. You can build up your art. I can do it. I have stressful weeks. There is some weeks that I don't do very little art at all. But I still progress. And I still enjoy it. So, if you've got a full-time job, just do a little bit. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I think it's worth it. Anyway, thanks guys, I just wanted to talk about it. I don't know. Some random subjects I'm trying to learn. Out.